What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's been having a great start to their week. Hello, Bruger, how goes it? How goes it? But yeah, today we are back with more shiny hunting. Today, in fact, we are shiny hunting for Eevee. The Eevee raids are over, I think. The Eevee outbreaks are still on. They're on till the end of the day. But as long as you don't connect to the internet, that's chill. Hello, Greed, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. But yeah, so, I'm doing what I normally do with the dunce boss, but instead it's with Eevee. I don't know if I'm gonna get none. I don't know if I'm gonna get 3.5. Hopefully, I get more. Last time I tried this, I got, like, 2 and a Mareep, which, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's what I was looking for, the Mareep. Like, I'm just not sold on that being the thing that I wanted to get. So hopefully we do a bit better this time. But beggars can't be choosers, so we might do worse. Hopefully not, hopefully not. But yeah, I found a good outbreak. I thought it was in an area with no normal type Pokemon, but Rufflet and Braviary do appear in that area, which means there are normal type Pokemon, in fact. So if we do decide to wolf down a sandwich, we won't just be finding Eevee, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Anyway, as I always say, let's leap right into it. Yeah, let's leap right into it. Give me a moment. Yeah. Let me just get everything up, set up and ready. The counter will count how many Eevee we have. Hopefully it goes above 0 today. In my opinion, I think it'd be cool if it went above 0. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool if we didn't get 0. You know, like, but like that's just my opinion. All right. That's not the button I meant to press. Oh my god, my thing got so sandy. That looks horrible. Imagine sitting down on that much sand. Your ass would be so sandy after that. Alright. Where's the Eevee outbreak? It should be about here. Aha, okay. Hopefully this sandstorm finishes sooner rather than later. Otherwise we're going to be in for a time, I think. I guess Esperatha is trying to kill us. Let's get the old reliable out for eviscerating some Pokemon. Where is he? There he is. There's our very legitimate Hooper. Okay. Hooper, kill. That's the wrong button. Alright. I need to defeat, what is it, 60 of these fucking things? I think so. Okay. Let's get that done then. Let's do that. We'll count that, and then I'll change the thing. I guess our Eevee will end up getting a lot of experience no matter if I want them to get it or not. There are a lot of other Pokemon around here. Oh, that's another Eevee killed though. Okay. Yeah, hopefully the sandstorm ends soon. This is a I was like, oh, there's no sandstorm on when I, found them. When I found the thing. Because I was, like, thinking that it worked like Sword and Shield, where, like, the weather changes day by day, but no. Because days aren't just regular days in this, they are their own days. Rob, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We are doing Eevee hunting today. Alright, that's another 3 of them, as long as our boy eviscerates all 3. Oh, is he going to do it? He's going to eviscerate that Esperatha. Are you going to eviscerate this guy, though? I think you should eviscerate this guy. I think I did all extra 3. Ah, this is where the issue comes in. I forget how many I've actually incremented. I'm bad at that. I'm just entirely forgetting how many of these guys I've actually destroyed. Here are a few more. Oh, and the sandstorm stopped. That's good timing. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been fuck off, Esperatha. I hope your week's been going well. How... I'm now realizing that it's another situation of you joining and me cussing out something on screen. I clarified that time at least. Unless you are secretly an Esperanthera, so that statement applies to you. Which I hope not. I don't want either of you to learn baby doll eyes. You're not bad, thanks, works a drag, but what's new? Understandable, I guess there's no, like, well, the weekend soon on that, eh? It's the end of the day. That's the winning sentence there. But yeah, no, things are pretty solid on my end. Okay, that's not the Eevee. There we go. How was it called? What was I gonna say? We got a new fridge today, which is pretty cool. It's bigger than the old one. Been struggling to stay awake since 3 PM. Ah, understandable. Hopefully you can get a good night's sleep tonight. You like trying to tank it out to not eviscerate your sleep cycle then? Or do you have other motivations for not giving into the slumber? You see, I've decided not to take a nap today myself, because I ended up getting up pretty early for me after a really bad night's sleep. I don't know what it is about Monday nights, but Monday nights are always my worst. I just have such patchy night sleeps on Mondays. I think it's 60 that I need to take down. I hope it's 60 that I need to take down, otherwise we might have to look for another Eevee outbreak, which would be annoying. Then again, maybe that wouldn't be annoying, because we're probably going to have to deal with more sandstorms around here. You know, these guys do good jobs at, like, spawning in groups. Same here, got to sleep like 4 last night. Yeah, no, more or less. I mean, I guess I can't say same. Because I started trying a lot earlier, but it felt like I was awake for that long. And then from there, like, it was just patchy sleep, where, like, I could kind of tell that I'd been waking up and then going back to sleep, like, a whole bunch. Oh, the sandstorm's already back. That's not great. Okay, this is quite a sandstormiest area. This might have been an awful place for an Eevee outbreak, huh? I was thinking it'd be a good place for an Eevee outbreak, because I was like, no other normal types are in the desert. And then I remembered there are other normal types in the desert. So that statement is false. Oh, Eevee. Alright. I guess if things get too bad, we can always just look for Eevee outbreaks elsewhere. Because there'll be another few around. Whoa! We, like, retreated from this area for a moment, and there are, like, 30 of them here now. What the hell? You'll love to see it, really. Oh, damn, Hoopy Poo is, like, on his own shit at the moment. He's got his prey, and he's after it. All these Eevee being sent to dimensions that are not this one. That's for certain. Alright. Is he gonna go after those last two, or is he gonna... He's gonna vegetate. Not for long. But yeah, I always hate those sleeps where, like, you just kind of don't properly fall into a slumber. You're just kind of, like, on this half-awake state the whole night. Because, like, what's it called? It's kind of... It's a weird brain space to be in during that, I find. It's hard to put into words, but, like, head feels weird in those situations. I'm gonna kill this group here, and then I think I'll call that enough. Just because I want to make sure we've got enough Eevee taken out. Alright. No. There we go. Alright, now the hunt for real begins, though. Let's start keeping eyes out for Eevee. Can we even take picnics in the desert? Is that like a thing that you can do? Or from what I understand, if I like retreat here and then kind of head back to the outbreak, like 50 will spawn? That's not 50, that's a lot less than 50. I don't really get how outbreaks work. I just know that sometimes I look away and then there are like 16 trillion Eevee, and then I look, then like when I want a bunch of Eevee to spawn, none of them spawn. It baffles me, I'll be honest. So, I like try to run away from the Eevee that I'm very used to, like being chased down by the spawns, but nope, I don't think there's that much aggressive here at the moment. I think Esperathra is, but I took that out, and I think it was a kind of static. I don't think's the right word. One that won't come back. We'll use that phrasing, huh? Alright. But yeah, no, as I was saying earlier, we got a new fridge, which was pretty cool. We've had the one that we currently have for, like... I'm guessing I can't picnic it. Oh, no, I can. We've had the one that we did have until yesterday for, like, well over a decade at this point. I surprised myself. I was like, oh shit, shiny Eevee! Yeah, no shit, Cahir. You bought them along yourself. There's nothing surprising about this. They're yours. Anyway, but yeah, no, we've had the fridge that we currently have for, like, ages. More recently, like, the ice machine kind of broke a bit, and then there was, like, a leak in the filter, so we had to get water from the tap for, like, a while instead of, like, filtered fridge water. It's been a... You got a few last time. Yeah, I only got a couple, though. I'm hoping for a couple more. More than a couple more. I'm hoping we can get a handful of Eevee this time. Not sure how overconfident that is, however. I might be getting a little bit cocky. Especially because, like, I swear I have the worst lunk. I have the worst lunk, apparently, with outbreak hunts. Like, outbreak hunts never go well for me, even if I start sandwiching. It's like the sandwich reduces their odds. I had a few good ones when we started off, and then they immediately started going poorly. It's bizarre, I don't really know how to put it into words, I've just never really had good luck with outbreak hunts. Wow, I genuinely can't see a fucking thing in this storm. This is arse. I think I picked an iffy spot to hunt in. I didn't expect this to be going on for so long either. I guess if 2 weather slots roll a storm right next to each other, then it's going to last a while. I'm guessing that's how it works? I feel like that's generally how they implement weather systems in these kind of games. They just shake a dice. I wonder how Breath of the Wild and Tears do it. I wonder if there's, like, any depth to the mechanics beyond. Just randomization. Dependent on area. Sunny, welcome! I hope your week's been going well. We are hunting for Eevee today. So, hopefully we can grab a couple, I think. That's the goal. Add a couple more to our collection. But yeah, you been doing any Eevee hunting yourself? Because the outbreaks, of course, have been on. You can't? Oh, no, that's not great. Why not? You're still in BDSP. Ah, understandable. Although you could try Masudering. I guess that's not going to be as profitable as Scarlet Violet hunting can be sometimes, though. Oh, you know, this sandstorm is tedious. How have I managed to pick the just de facto worst spot to do this hunt? Okay, I know I've, like, primed this hunt for max odds already. But where are the Eevee outbreaks today? There's one on a hill, so that'll probably be a kind of shit one. There's one on a hill, so that'll be a kind of shit one. There's one not on a hill, so that one might work. There's one right on Artisan, so that one probably won't work. There's one in a forest, which would be annoying. And there's one on the ice, which might be worth a try, but I feel like snowstorms are going to be just as annoying. Let's try cope this one for a bit longer. Who knows, maybe this sandstorm will go away and not come back for the rest of the stream. I am on copium. Like, I just genuinely forgot that weather systems in this don't work like Sword and Shield. I was like, oh, it's a clear day today. But, obviously, it's not anymore. The weather has come back. I swear this has been on for a while as well. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining about the weather. I know I'm, like, British. It's in my bones to complain about the weather. Like, the weather is bad. Every, like, British blood cell in my body is like, oh shit, dude. This is horrible weather. Talk about it. Talk about the weather, Cahir. But, wait, there we go! Who needs weather? We got an Eevee! You love to see it. These streams make you want to record and stream so bad, but your computer's arse. I mean, capture cards aren't reliant on computer power, right? But hell yes. Okay, that's Eevee 1. Eevee names. What are we naming the first Eevee? What are we naming Eevee numero uno? Somehow I was thinking you were talking about the weather in-game. I was talking about the weather in-game. That was indeed the weather I was talking about. Eenie. I like that. Oh wait, no, there's one more Eenie. Alright. We did it, we got an Eevee. I managed to see it through, you know, the sandstorm. Yeah, no, I am complaining about the in-game weather, to be clear. You got a capture card, but your laptop is an old laptop. Cheap, you need, like, a better computer. Ah, fair. I mean, even if it is low quality, I don't think there's any harm in still posting, you know? And still, like, trying. If it's something you want to do. I'd always say it's at least worth a shot. People always stress about getting, like, the best specs and shit to start content creation. But I feel like the best time to just start is now, you know? You might already be seeing where we're going with these shiny hunt names. I think I could. I think the funniest thing that could happen now is I not get another one for the entire stream. And by funniest, I mean I would genuinely, like, burst... No. Yeah, I know I'd genuinely burst into tears, but, like, Alright, let's, put Hoopy Poo back in the box for now. Hoopy Poo is great, but Hoopy Poo is not an Eevee. Not sure if you guys noticed that. Like, I know it's kind of ambiguous. It's kind of hard to tell. You tried. Your computer just can't handle it. Ah, understandable. That's a shame. I didn't think capture cards were that resource intensive. If only you're a computer nerd, you'd know what computers to get. I mean, like... I don't know, I feel like computers aren't that complicated in that regard. Is that a second? What the fuck do you mean that's a second? We're like barely half an hour into stream. What? Oh. Huh? I like... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, I made a huge mistake. It's also clear to me now. I've made a fatal error. I can't attack this thing. For a moment there, I might have used false swipe on it. For like a second, false swipe was on the table. False swipe off the table. Repeat ball, catch that thing. Hey, crit capture, okay. Alright. Well, at least yours don't have double edge. That's true. The raid ones did have double edge, so it's nice that these ones don't. Anyway, Eevee names. I have a feeling I know what someone's going to suggest, but what should we name Eevee? The second Eevee. E.g. I'm immediately breaking the trend. We'll name the next one Meanie. Alright. Boo. Oh, Eggy! Oh, I get it, Eggy! I like that, actually. I think it'll be more dramatic if we go, like... Because I'm guessing... I'm guessing you're going with Eenie, Meenie, Miny, Mo. Yeah, so we'll need 4. So if we do every other one, then that makes it more intense, you know? Alright. Well, don't apologize. Don't let Rob have the name monopoly. Don't let him have sole ownership over the names of the Eevee that we are catching. Oh, the sandstorm's over! Oh, you'll love to see it. I'm kind of annoyed that Esperethra's back. I'm gonna get rid of it again. There we go. Esperethra's gone. That isn't... No, that's a regular one. Damn, I wonder how long we're gonna be without another sandstorm. I hope it's a while. I hope the lack of sandstorm time is a good amount of time. Alright. Brain. Okay, I'm back. Alright, yeah, I meant to go on like a rant, but I kept getting distracted. But I think by the Eevee, I think the Eevee were distracting me. Anyway, fridge, new fridge is cool. Yes, yes. I'm gonna cut to the chase though. You know, I'm gonna cut the preamble out. In the fridge, all fridges have like interior lights. Makes sense, you know. They all gotta have interior lights. But the interior light of Arthridge made me properly realize something. Properly reminded me of something. Because it's one of those really bright white lights, you know? And they're everywhere. We got new lights and What do you mean it's back already? It's been barely like a minute. It's not been 5 minutes since it stopped. Why are we already sanding our storms again? No. I was so chuffed that it was gone. And yet we must endure again. This is abysmal. This is absolutely dismal. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe the game would do this to me. Alright. The way you talk is funny. I'm gonna choose to take that as a compliment. Yeah, I'll take that one as a compliment. It is a compliment. Okay, good. So your shiny Eevees you got at the weekend are level 50, and those had double legend takedown. Oh, okay. So I'm good that I chose a lower leveled area. I guess it makes sense they scale based on area. I'm sure most outbreaks do, to be fair. So I wonder if each area has a level range built into the area instead of built into the Pokemon. Alright. I know it's a lot, but my voice just got you. Ah, understandable. I am glad I can prove entertaining. You're not shiny. Gooey. Anyway. Bright light. Don't like him. Yeah, we got one installed in the hall a few years ago, and like, I'm now realizing it feels like these bright, white, sterile lights are taking over. I've seen people complaining about street lamps doing it lately and stuff as well, but like, are just replacing like, you don't even notice that they're slightly tinted yellow, you know? You don't notice that they're slightly tinted yellow until you start getting these like bright white lights. Like, what was it called? Yeah, no, I just don't like the sterile white lights. They're just so bland and uninteresting. And the yellow ones actually feel warm. I don't know, I want to, like, be like, scientifically, I'm sure the white lights are worse for, like, your health. Because it wouldn't surprise me. Because, like, you know how, like, your phone has, like, the night mode where it turns yellow? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, these bright white lights are genuinely bad for your sleep cycle. But I don't know that for certain, so I can't parade that around as a fact. That would be spreading misinformation, which, that's not moral, you know? I can't spread misinformation. Did you hear this is the last Pokemon game? Speaking of spreading misinformation... Yeah, sure it is, buddy. Where'd you hear that one from, Onion? This is the last Pokemon game. Just like Ahsoka's the last shitty Star Wars show they're gonna make. Just like that new Captain Marvel movie is the last Marvel film they're gonna milk out. It's confirmed. It is fucking not. This face is not a gullible one. It's not. You might think it is. You might think I'm gullible. I'm not gullible. Yeah, so game selling 80 million copies is the last one. They're like, yeah, no, definitely. You're not telling the truth. I hate to say this to you. If you genuinely believe what you're saying, then you've been lied to. Scroll through Cerebi. Scroll through Cerebi for the next 7 hours. You will see nothing on it. Scroll through the official, like, Pokemon thing. You'll see nothing on it because it's not true. There's no way in hell this is the last Pokemon game. Like, I don't know where you've heard this information from. You've been lied to. You've been had. I will believe it April Fool's. It isn't April and you fooled no one. It is mid-November. No one believed you. You have achieved nothing. Alright. Just being dumb at this point. I don't want to say I can tell. But it would have legitimately impressed me if someone came into chat and believed. Said that unironically. Like, I don't know, I feel like Pokemon's got a lot longer left in it. Oh wait, that's another one. Come here. Hey, number 3. We got more. We have gotten more in less than an hour than we did in 3 hours of shiny hunting. We shiny hunted for 3 hours straight last Eevee stream, which was months ago to be fair. But we shiny hunted 3 hours straight, and we got zilch. We got no, we didn't get zilch. We got 2 Eevees and a Marie. We've got as many shinies as we did during that stream already, and additionally, we have got more shiny Eevees than we did. This is an achievement, if I do say so myself. Such an achievement that I'm going to give this Eevee the honor of being caught in a heavy ball. I shouldn't have wasted that. Yeah, no, that was the... That wasn't my brightest use of a Pokeball. I just kind of got hopeful, you know? I feel like a Nest Ball will work, though, right? I think Nest Ball's cut off at about level 30. So, like, that's better than a Pokeball at the least. This is an Eevee we're talking about. Cahir is not going to catch a Nest Ball. I think I'd need to damage it if I wanted that to work. And I don't want to damage it because I don't want it to die. Not that I think it would die if I damaged it, because I'd use Full Swipe. But I don't want it to turn around and use Okay. Buddy. I like how it keeps trying on the baby doll eyes. Like, it's determined to be like, oh, I'm just a little guy. You wouldn't want to hurt a little guy. There we go, crit capture. The second DLC feels so long, yet so close. Yeah, no, it's... I guess that's like the... What words am I trying to use here? Alright. I guess, in with what I've said, this one will be meanie. Abercremie, thank you! Welcome to the stream. I hope your week's been going well. You've been hunting any of the Eevee outbreaks that have been happening this weekend? But yeah, no, I'm hyped for the second DLC. I'm interested to see how Kieran's storyline's going to evolve in it. You nickname your Pokemon? That's so uncool. What are you, a Twitter user? I'm surprised you've not called out my uses of Quick Balls yet. But yeah, what was it called? Yeah, I'm interested to see where, like, they're gonna go with Kieran. That's, like, an interesting thing that they brought to this DLC, is the fact that it's 2 parts of one story. And clearly, like, it's also gonna continue the main story with Area Zero stuff later on, which I also think is interesting. But, yeah, no, they set up Kieran to have an interesting arc in the second DLC. So I'm interested to see, like, how they're gonna, like, where they're gonna take it. what they could do with it. Yes, I'm planning to do more. Trying your best to get 2 more female Eevees. And your evolution line will be complete. And skipping his way in Samurai raid, which is already announced. Fair. I mean, yeah, best of luck. Hopefully you can get them soon. Yeah, no, I have mixed feelings on the Samurai raid being announced so soon. Because on one hand, I'm going to do it. On the other hand, we have not had Mario Kart Monday in so long. But, oh well. Mario Kart Monday is just a bit of fun anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright. When you interact with the TV and BDSP, the news reporter says, not naming your Pokemon is so cool. Yeah, and they're right. They're correct on that. You're always first in Mario, never lost. I feel like everyone says that, though, you know? Everyone's the best at Mario. You, like, mention Mario, and about 15 different people are like, I'm so good at Mario Kart. You don't even know how good I am at Mario Kart. Like, you like, even brush the topic of Mario Kart, and, like, 17 people will just crawl out of the woodworks like, you don't even understand how good I am at Mario Kart. Like, genuinely, everybody is the best at Mario Kart. And you mean Mario Kart Online, 200cc? Interesting, yeah. Of course. What's your elo, like 500? Gonna bask in the non-sandstorm air quickly, just because it's probably not gonna be here for much longer. Alright. I don't know if the last time you played was like 2 years ago. Well, why don't you join the Mario Kart Monday, and then we can see if you're telling the truth or not. That won't be this Friday, but it'll probably be next Friday. Yeah, no, it'll be next Friday. Unless Nintendo announce another raid thing, in which case it won't be. But I feel like they can't announce that many, right? Surely. You don't got the game, your cousin has it? Ah, yeah, of course, I get you. It's with your cousin, so you can't join. You can't show us that you're the best at Mario Kart. Alright. Oh, okay, I'm back. I hope they don't do another in 2 weeks. You have a work evening. Ah, fair. Yeah, hopefully not. But I don't know. I don't think they will. We might get one on like Christmas. That could be cool. Like maybe we'll get like a Delibird one on Christmas. I'd be down for a Delibird Christmas thing, to be fair. Let's loop around and get like a bunch more Eevee spawned, because I feel like I'm herding them all into the center. Alright. Alright. You should gamble on Mario Kart and Smash Bros. As in Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Games that you were competing in, you gambled on? Okay, music. Just in the middle of the song. Oh, it's unshuffled itself. Oh, I don't think I shuffled it in the first place, actually. I accidentally closed down, my Firefox tab before I... Well, no, just after I started streaming. Luckily, that doesn't stop the stream. But, yo, we got a bot! You love to see it. Oh, Hero Voltsy. I used to love that guy. In fact, when I was, like 15, I tried making a fan game. And I made a Twitter account for it. He followed me back. Which is a crowning achievement. So your school... so in school, your friends would bet money whenever you played Super Smash Bros. In class. You'd bet like up to 100... You had $100 as teenagers? Or do you just mean that was like the prize pool? Alright. But yeah, you'd work in school. Oh, okay. Fair enough, then. I don't know, I guess I hear the word teenager and I think, like... Teenager. I don't really know where I was going with that point. I don't know, I know most of my friends didn't really have jobs until, like, college at the earliest. But I guess Americans are still in high school till, like, 18 themselves, so... Alright. You start getting income when you were 15? Ah, fair. Alright. The issue is like, now it's not sandstorming, I'm scared of when it's going to be sandstorming next. Like, I know I keep on talking about this, but, like, you gotta understand. I don't like it when it's sandstorming. And I know it's gonna come back. There will be more sandstorm. Alright. Alright. I guess it's different because back then teens didn't work during school. Wait, but you said you did work during school. What do you mean back then? Right. Let's get a job, you have to be like 15. I mean, I feel like that's generally true still now, right? In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 16, right? Because, like, going too much younger, you're stepping into, like, child labor territories. Right. I swear the, like, patch of Eevee were bigger. Flittle. Hello. But yeah, oh yeah, did you guys hear about Aardman? Aardman Animation, like the people behind Wallace and Gromit. And Pirates on an Adventure with Scientists. I will gas up that movie till the end of my days, I'm gonna be honest. Aardman Animation. I only know Jaden. Yeah, no, I like Jaden. I'm talking about a movie studio. Like a people who make movies. Like Wallace and Gromit. Which is peak. Love a good bit of Wallace and Gromit. Be more specific. Like what? What do you want me to be more specific about? No, the sandstorm's back. Ah. Anyway, point being, Aardman. Apparently, not everyone's in the know here. Aardman make clay animation. They make stop-motion clay animation. Except Flushed Away, which is like their one non-clay film, which for some reason is animated. They animated it to look like the Aardman style, to be fair, but like it's not actually made in clay. It's like CGI, which fucks with me. I didn't realize that when I first watched it, because I didn't realize it was, you know, by the same people as Wallace and Gromit. But like now I'm looking back on it and like, why did they computer animate that one? Really are British, you lost me. I feel like Wallace and Gromit is a British thing, but I feel like Americans should know Wallace and Gromit, you know? Like, it's just like one of those pieces of media. So, like, it doesn't matter. It's Wallace and Gromit. You know? Say the thing. What? Cheese Wallace? No. Cheese Wallace? Yeah, no. Gromit's famous line. Bottle of water. Like that. In a shit-ass American accent. What the hell was that? A shit-ass American accent. That's not Brit. I know. That's why I said it in a shit-ass American accent. That was just zesty. I don't give that stuff out for free, innit? Anyway, back to what I was saying before. Because all people of culture will actually care about what I'm saying. And that's that, the company that produced the clay that Aardman use, which is, like, needed, because, obviously, like, when you're filming, you have, like, harsh, hot lights pointed at, like, the subject at all times, meaning that, like, you need clay that won't melt or harden under those conditions. So, like, you need, like, specific clay for Wallace and Gromit. Basically, like, the company that they got their supply from is shutting down. So obviously, like, a bunch of companies tried to, like, fearmonger, being like, how are they gonna make more movies after this? Aardman have released an official press statement being like, yeah, no, it did shut down. That's true. But we are, like, looking for other avenues. So do not worry. Wallace and Gromit, still around. Aardman in general, honestly. Aardman make good stuff. You're British as well, can't help you, mate. Yeah, no. No translation here. I think British is the majority. Hate to say it. Like, it surprises me, looking on it, like, how much of my community are, like, European. Subtitles help you out. Are there auto-generated captions? I guess I should probably make sure there are, right? I don't know, I always find the stories funny of, No, you're just telling them to help you out. Ah, fair. I don't know, do streams come with auto captions? I know my shorts do. But, I mean, my Pokédex shorts, I do subtitle. I've started subtitling those. I was going to say recently, but it's not recently. The vast majority of those are now subtitled. Anyway. No, wait, all of them are subtitled. They all had the text on screen. Says they're unavailable on your end. Oh, that's a shame. I should probably look into that, huh? But yeah, I always find it funny, like, when, like, voice recognition stuff first started coming out, British Northerners, as well as Scottish and Irish people, really struggled with it because it couldn't read their accents, you know? Like, it couldn't figure out what they were saying through their accents because it had clearly been trained on American accents. Maybe some English ones. Some Southern English ones, but, like, not any of the others. It's like it constantly, like, misunderstood what they were trying to say. You have to wonder, I mean, I guess it's kind of easy to figure out how oversights like that happen these days, you know? They just didn't think of it until it was too late, and they already had angered people who already hated the producers, I'm sure. Actually, maybe that's jumping the gun. Like, depends if it was English made or not. Right. Go away. It did not attack me. I am fine. I am safe. That was close, you know. If that thing, if that thing had lunged at me, I don't think I could have done anything, you know. I think I would have been a bit doomed. If that Eevee had gone for me, nope, that would have been it. I'll be honest, thick Scottish accents are really hard. I always had suspicions you were Southern, Rob, but I feel like that answers it, huh? Alright. Why did Pokemon remove death from Pokemon like they did with Legends Arceus? Well, I'm sure it'll be back. I don't know. I'll be interested to see what other Legends games look like. Like, I wonder if all Legends games are going to take place in the past. Or if they're going to try and, like, set some in the future. Because I think that could be cool. Like, if they kind of... I hope they add blood. Man, do I have the product you will like. Any fan game made in, like, 2012. Those will give you exactly what you want. Because that's, like, all of those. With, like, you beat a trainer and it's like, do you want to kill this person? Yes. No. I feel like that could be a soundbite. I know, like, I said it, so it's rich for me to say that, but, you know. But yeah, that was like, those fan games, bread and butter, killing people, and random people in big cities asking you for drugs. Those are like the two things, and they're like, yeah, this is a mature fan game. Just get the Mortal Kombat guy to do it. What, to kill people in Pokemon? Or to ask? Alright. Imagine if when we lost against Team Rocket in Gen 1, the game makes one of our Pokemon get captured. I feel like that would be, like, an interesting thing to add to a game, is, like, I mean, yeah, actual consequences to loss like that. Like, you often end up having to, get other people's Pokemon back, like at the beginning of Black and White. In fact, mostly in Black and White now that I think about it. And that one Yungoos in Sun and Moon. Like, I don't know, at the moment, Pokemon's trying to, like, sell this narrative of, like, all of our trainers basically being, like, these godly skilled standouts in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'd say since, I think X and Y at the earliest, actually. Because Serena kind of had an arc of like, oh, why are you so good, you know? And then obviously, like, there was the interesting role reversal of you and your rival in Sun and Moon. Which is more or less an exact flip of the kind of relationship. Yeah, no, it was kind of a flip of, like, the original relationship of, like, Blue and Red. Where you're, like, in the position of the person who takes the champion throne first. I mean, that's kind of the whole premise of the Colosseum games, I guess. I mean, no, you're stealing the Pokemon in the Colosseum games. Like, you're... Oh, you mean getting Pokemon back? That's fair. Why did you put the Minecraft soundtrack? That was your first PC game. Because it's good, because it's a good soundtrack. I think my first PC game was one with dinosaurs in it. And I remember kind of walking around, like, the area. And, like, there being dinosaurs. And I remember, like, there was this, like, dying Triceratops. And that fucked me up. I don't know how actually deep I got into that game. I triggered a flashback. Oh shit, was it like a mandatory cutscene or was there like a skip button? Sonic, hello! Hi! You evolve your Porygon into Porygon 2? Upgrade. Oh, in Pokemon Go. really know in Go, actually. I think you might need an upgrade for that. But, I don't really play Go that much. Yeah, no, I've not played Go in a few years, actually. Now, this Pokemon is stolen. Team Snag'em got them all from trainers. To give to the worst evil team that made them shadows. Oh, yeah. It's like the whole game is getting Pokemon back from trainers. But, oh, it's just candy? Ah, fair. You missed a lot. I mean, I'm not sure if I have, because I played during, like, 2018 and 2019, when they'd added, like, a lot of those features. And I played a bit last year. Yeah, I played a bit last year and got, like, the Galarian Articuno from, the boxes. But I just kind of didn't pick it back up again. Why are you playing the BDSP soundtrack? You just got a flashback of losing to the second gym leader. How did you even manage that in BDSP? You got, like, the experience share and everything. But yeah, no, what I mean is, like, I feel like the trainers in recent Pokemon games have kind of, like, gotten this, like, wow, they're so powerful thing going on, but I'm kind of getting bored of. Like, the crux of your trainer in Scarlet and Violet is that they're so powerful and such a promising prodigy that Turo contacts you in hope of you helping with the Titan Pokemon, and Penny contacts you in hope of helping with Team Star, and Damona's instantly, like, enamored with you, because you're so promising of a Pokemon battler. And I feel like they can stop gassing us up quite so much, you know? I feel like they've done enough gassing us up. Yo, number 4! Give it up for number 4. And even more shinies in classic community days. Oh, that's nice. I don't know, yeah, oh, that's a timer ball. Oh well. I guess we'll have to paralyze this guy again. Alright. You didn't have a counter against the Garch type main. You started with Pooplop. Pooplop is the GOAT, to be clear. All you gotta do is evolve it into Empoleon, and then it will resist the grass moves. Simple. Alright. Let's repeat ball this guy. That is number 4, though. Alright, let's get names for Eevee. What should we name this new Eevee? Eevee number 4. Piplup is not the GOAT. It has more weaknesses when it evolves into Empoleon. Yeah, but it's a penguin, and that's awesome. Had you considered that? Had you considered that it's a penguin, and penguins are cool? Does it get more weaknesses when it evolves into Empoleon? Empoleon. Is it going to tell me, like, the weaknesses straight up, or am I going to have to figure this out? I feel like I'm probably just going to have to figure this out on my own, to be fair. But I'm at least going to look it up. Ah, here we go. Or is resistant water? It's now water resistant to steel. It's weak to ground, fighting, and electric. Before it was weak to electric and grass. No longer has the grass weakness. Fighting type are weak against fire, which has been neutralized. I guess it does get one more weakness, so it now has 3 whole weaknesses. It's not that many. You didn't get respect? Wait, what do you mean? Got yourself 2 extra back-to-back. Where's the Psychic Team Leader at? Hell yeah, congratulations! I guess we will name this one Hermione, since there are no other suggestions. Uh-oh. No, stop evolving. I don't want you guys to do that. Is the other one going to try as well? Yes. Why is the map there? Is the map always there? Are they going to do this every time they level up at this point? I feel like they are. I wonder if that's friendship or what. Like, were they both about to try to evolve into Espeon, or... How many Everstones do I have, I guess, is probably the next question, huh? Because I'd rather not have to spam B every time they level up by accident. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't think I have any Everstone. Oh wait, no, I have a whole Everstone. I think I might as well just press B twice. You know, there's like not much more effort between pressing it once and pressing it twice. I guess I just have to hope I don't accidentally level them up anymore. But I guess you'd want to accidentally level them up a bunch more. Because if I'm accidentally leveling them up a bunch more, that means I'm finding a bunch more shinies. So, like, I'm in a bit of a rock and a hard place here, aren't I? Like, on one hand, they don't level up again. On the other hand, that means I got, like, probably, like, 0 to 3 more shinies. And obviously, I'd rather more. Man, I was thinking about using a sandwich. But at this point, I've got 4 Eevee today. That's, like, a decent amount. Especially in comparison to, like, normal shiny hunting days. Like, I feel like, what's it called? I feel like, generally, I get about 4 a day, right? Maybe a bit more. I guess it depends. Which makes sense, it's based on luck. I wonder what my average is, like, on the Dunsparce hunt at the moment. I think there was, like, 1 stream I got 0. Which probably... But I feel like the amount of streams I got, like, 1 in a low. I feel like I tend to get, like, 2 if I'm on a bad day. And then maybe, like, 5 at most? I know I got, like, 5 during that one hunt. I hope they do a Krogunk raid event. Obviously. I'm sure you're all surprised by, me wanting this. I'm sure it's just left a lot of you flabbergasted that I want more Krogunk. Alright. I find it interesting that, there are actually, like, raid spots. Like, the raids in this game, like, I think their zones are specific areas. But, they just don't let you respawn them yourself, like Sword and Shield. Which makes sense. If you could do that, then you could, like, manipulate the RNG just like Sword and Shield and get, like, loads of them. Which I'm sure they don't want to happen again. I guess you can't get loads. It takes a while to set up, to be fair. Like, it wasn't an easy method. I considered doing it, like, once for a shiny Machamp, but just couldn't be asked. I wonder if the bot that tells you how to do that's still running. Because I'm sure that's something you have to pay to upkeep, right? It's like, I wonder if they deem the effort necessary and worthy at this point. To be fair, Pokemon fans have done a good job at, like, keeping shit from the games they like alive. Like, how events in Gen 4 and 5 are back because people have made servers that give you access to them. Your Pokedex and Kitsukami is now 190. Hell yeah! Congratulations. What are the 10 remainders? What are the last 10 lads? All right. It's weird because Bastia Legion doesn't seem to appear on its own in that Pokedex. So, like, if you're missing one Pokemon from Kitsukami and you don't know what it is, it might just be Bastia Legion. Just random ones here and there. Bastia Legion is one of them. Understandable. Well, best of luck. Like, it kind of saddens me to know, like, Bastia Legion might not be, like, a main game appearance again. In that kind of way. I mean, all of the Legends Arceus mons, really. Like, I don't know, like, Ursaring evolves now. Ursaring has an evolution. But will we ever see it in a main series game again? In, like, a proper way? Like, in a non-just player can get it way? Stuff like Gliscor, Politoed, Carbink, and Feebas. Fair. I remember I transferred Politoed in from Sword and Shield, but I've been getting a lot of Politoed raids, so I'd recommend looking in raids for Pokemon you're missing. Something you have to breed for, but you can't be asked right now. Understandable. I mean, you might be able to find those in the wild as well, really. Or do you know you can't? I don't know, I feel like these games are pretty good at giving you the base forms of Pokemon, which I find good. The only really Pokemon I struggled to get the base forms of were, like, Slakoth and Petlil. You are someone to help you trade with Phantump. And then you got a Trevenant raid 2 minutes later. Yeah, no, evolution raids are quite common, I've been noticing. Like, I wonder if that's a deliberate act at all to, like, make sure, like, little Timmy, whose friends don't play Pokemon, can get, like, all the evolutions he wants. Can get, like, any trade evolutions that he wants to get. But I don't know, part of me's not sure how I feel about trade evolutions being available in the wild. Because, like, Trevenant is available in the Timeless Woods. Like, you don't even, like, I think Politoed is probably the biggest outlier of a trade evolution in Kitsukami. And Slow King is literally the only trade evolution issue in the Scarlet Violet Pokedex, in the main Scarlet Violet Pokedex. Because, what's it called? Those words that you use. Gengar you can get in Lavencia. And I think, what's it called? Dusk Noir is another issue. But again, you can get that through raids. Also missing Chimecho, which is surprising. You love that thing. Understandable. I think that appears near that, like, Crystal Spring area. But yeah, most Pokemon just appear in the wild. But I'm not sure how I feel about, like, some Pokemon like Lucario and Gallade, you know? Those feel like Pokemon that should only really be found... only really be, like, evolved into, you know? Forcing a Chingling to be your best friend so it evolves. You see, if you're forcing a Chingling to be your best friend, then you should love it for who it is. I love Chingling. I have not evolved my Chingling. My Chingling, still a Chingling, because I love Chingling. Chingling the goat. Yeah, definitely a bit strange seeing them run around, yeah. Like, I kind of get what they're going for. It's cool to see powerful Pokemon in the wild, but I feel like powerful Pokemon should be select Pokemon, not like every Pokemon that is powerful. Force feed it a ton of Eevee lowering berries. That is pretty good advice, to be fair. Depends if Felix has any. I'm not sure if I'm picking mine up off the ground. I don't know, I think I'm getting them from raids. Like, I find it funny they added the mochi as, like, straight-up resetters. But I feel like the berries are pretty easy to get as is if you do, like, a decent amount of raids. But yeah, I'm aware Felix hasn't done as many raids. Might have less. Alright. But yeah. No, I feel like there are some Pokemon that, like, should maybe appear around. Like, I could see, like, Rhyperior and shit being in the wild, you know? Like, that stuff being in the wild doesn't bother me as much. But I feel like when it starts being like, oh, a wild Gallade, a wild Lucario, like, it's just getting, like, a bit ridiculous. Like, not every Pokemon needs to be, like, around in the wild, I think. Because it would make it more prestigious when you train them up yourself, you know? Like, it all of a sudden becomes more of an achievement to have, like, a Gallade. Gallade feels like a partner Pokemon, not some random one, exactly. Like, there are some Pokemon they do treat with respect. I'm not sure if there's a Dragapult anywhere. And I'm pretty certain there isn't a Baxcalibur. Like, they do treat some Pokemon with, like, the respect they deserve. But then, like, Dragonite and Garchomp and shit are in the wild. Like, there's a Garchomp by Area 0. I don't know, I guess a couple of Pseudos being available in the wild's not that big of a deal. But it's just in comparison to the fact that, like, so many other Pokemon are available in the wild, you know? There's a walking Tera Baxcalibur. Oh, really? I don't remember a whole lot of Baxcalibur. I knew there were a couple of the smaller ones, but I didn't realize there was a whole Baxcalibur out there. But no, yeah, there are some Pokemon they treat with respect and don't give, like, the evolutions away for free. But... Oh, it's Sandstorm again. But, but my brain doesn't work. But, it feels like they've seen all the popular Pokemon and are like, oh, we should make these available in the wild. That would be cool. But it's just kind of worn off already for me, because, like, they were in Sword and Shield, now they're in these games as well. But, what was it called? Shing, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. We are shiny hunting Eevee today. What's it called? Because of the Eevee outbreaks. We have gotten 4 so far, which I think is pretty hype. You been hunting for the outbreaks as well, or you, Yeah, have you been hunting on the outbreaks as well? Maybe not. Yeah, no, I know there's a Frigibax around. But, I don't think there's a Baxcalibur. As far as I am aware. But yeah, so, like, there are some Pokemon they treat with respect and don't have their evolutions wandering around. Legends Arceus is kind of bad for evolutions wandering around as well. Because, like, more or less every Pokemon is available to catch in the game as, like, the Pokemon. Because of the alphas. I think the only ones that aren't available to just catch in the game are like the Hisuian evolutions. But then they are available. Do you know how long these Eevees will be around for? Till tonight. But if you don't connect your device to the internet, they should stay. Not device. If you don't connect to your game to the internet, they should stay. So unless you're particularly eager to, like, do online raids and stuff in the near future, then... yeah, but if not, then you're fine to just continue this as long as you want. Alright. Alright. I haven't been getting many outbreaks you want recently. That's fair. Getting outbreaks you want is honestly really hard. Like, outbreak... well, specifically gunning for outbreaks is a lot more difficult than I think you'd expect it to be. Like, I remember when I was trying to get, I remember the first time I tried to get Eevee outbreaks, I spent the whole stream looking for Eevees. Looking for Eevee outbreaks, and I didn't... and, like, I started the stream still looking for Eevee outbreaks, and by the end of it, I'd gotten none and decided to do Clodsire instead. Then the second one, I managed to get an Eevee outbreak before the stream started, but, I only got, like, 2 shiny Eevee during it. I was hoping with these guys being around, I'd be able to get the outbreak that appears, like, here. Because if you get, like, no Pokemon spawn in this area. Like, Pokemon just don't spawn here. So if you can get an outbreak around here, like around here-ish, you can, like, basically just, like, pop in and out of the outbreak render distance and get loads of encounters and get, like, a bunch of shinies. If you're lucky, I guess. But, I did not get it there. So I decided to look for one in a desert, thinking, oh, I can just get it in the desert and it'll be fine. And I got it in the desert, and then the sandstorm started, and I was like, oh no, I hate sandstorms. Hot take, I know. Right, so Mario Kart Monday postponed due to Samurott, right? Indeed, unfortunately, but mark it in the calendars. Mario Kart Monday on the 1st of December. 1st of December, Mario Kart Monday. That is correct, right? Yeah. 1st of December, Mario Kart Monday. I was just ranting about these, and we got another one. This is despicable. This game despises me. I can't believe this is happening to me specifically. Alright. Well, the DLC's not going anywhere. Exactly. Although the DLC for Scarlet Violet is. You might say you hate sand? Yeah, no, I do hate sand. Sand makes me want to kill not just the men, but the women and the children too. Alright. Can we appreciate for a moment how Anakin Skywalker ruined sand discourse? Because now if you dislike sand, people are just like, oh, is it coarse and rough? And it gets everywhere? And then, like, all you can do is just stare at them, you know? You can't say anything. Your argument has been entirely diffused. Because of Hayden Christensen, you know? If I could achieve anything in my life, it would be continuously filling his socks with sand. As revenge for what he's done to us sand haters. You know? It's just ridiculous. Just kidding, I love sand. I love eating sand. It's so crunchy. Crunch, crunch, crunch in my teeth holes. Mmm, sand. You saw a vid with a poll. With thousands of responses about ranking every Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track. Bone Dry Dunes was, wait, let me see. Was 95th out of 96th. Let's go! Bone Dry Dunes supporters stand up. We got a whole 95th place. That is a whole 1 place better than I was expecting. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm wrong on that. I know the one course that was behind it. I can't remember the course's name. But, wait, Toad Circuit ranked last? Boners Unite, exactly. The Bone Dry Dunes fandom is thriving. Boners, assemble! Yes, all 12 of us, exactly. Exactly. Don't take that out of context. No, you can. Alright. Mount Wario was like top 10 though. Yeah, but that's because everybody wants to Mount Wario, you know? Like, Bone Dry Dunes is underrated, you know. Bone Dry Dunes is a hidden gem. Mount Wario is like a very obvious gem. It's like a very like apparent, easy to spot gem. You know? Bone Dry Dunes is like for true Mario Kart connoisseurs. Mount Wario is like just kind of like the average thing, you know? Like, it's good. It's not great. Like, Bone Dry Dunes, the best track in the game. And I know when Shea Frillis ranks it like 94th, I'll cry real human tears. Because he just doesn't appreciate greatness. I love that track, you know? Like the part with, the train? That's cool. The part with the bones? The part with the little ledge? That I've genuinely never gotten up onto. I always try, but you never can, you know? And that just has that layer of mystique to it that, like, no other track has, you know? It is a train, right? There's something that drives by and throws coins onto the track. I'm, like, pretty certain there is. And I think it's a train. You don't look closely enough to know. You mean you haven't micro-analyzed every frame of Bone Dry Dunes as a course? Felix, I'm starting to think you're not a real boner. Anyway. It's not really the first thing you look at when you're in first. When you're in first, there's nothing else to look at in front of you. I'm gonna be real. Like when you're in first place, there's like not much else to see other than admire the track. That's the joy about being first, you know? It's like breaking... Actually, that's a good point. Maybe you meant sixth. First is like in the movies when like the person climbs to the top of like the tree and they look out over like the beautiful sunset and they're like, oh, wow, if I hadn't come up here, I wouldn't have got to witness this beautiful view. And it's like, that's so true. Go back down and find out where your friends have been kidnapped. Alright. Fuck, I'm being surrounded. I guess that's like the distance of the aura of Pokemon not being able to spawn around you then, huh? Alright. I feel like I was going to mention something in regards to Horizons. OMG, it's actually a ship, not a train. Yeah, I knew that. You see, I was testing you, and you failed the test, so I was kind of disappointed. But I'm glad you've now remembered. In fact, I'm disappointed that no one pointed out my deliberate error. May I emphasize deliberate? It was to check if you were all real boners, and it seems like my boner is the realist. You kind of did, yeah, no, exactly. That's. But you didn't say it was a ship, which wasn't the answer I was looking for, you know. Sorry, you missed it. You were cleaning your teeth. Yeah, no, sure thing, buddy. Sorry, Rob, you already admitted earlier that you're British. We all know British people don't have good dental hygiene. I've seen through your lie. Other Pokemon keep spawning around and it's so annoying. Stop being other Pokemon, only spawn Eevee video game. We don't need the other Pokemon, we just need the Eevee. To be fair, we've already got 4. That's like a record. I mean, I try, you know, and it's bedtime. That is true. Bed. I say as if I will actually end up in my bed anytime soon after stream's over. No, we need more. Oh, no, we need Mo. That's true. That is very true. You raise a great point. We do need Mo. Shit, Eevee. Regular Eevee, boo. Well, that's a thought. We should probably check if any of the Eevee we got were marked. Because I'm pretty sure marks are more common on... I guess maybe I should do the thing where I, like, kind of round them all up in the middle. Because if I round them all up in the middle, then more of them will... It'll mean that more of them have spawned. Capiche? Which is exactly what you want. You know, you want as many Eevees to have spawned as possible. So I need to spawn as many Eevee as possible. Instead of other Pokemon. You think yours got the same mark as the Raid Eevee? But the Raid Eevee's mark was the Unrivaled, right? None of our Eevees... Oh wait, no, we have one more actually. I think. Yeah, no, we do have one more. Are you marked? No. I'm kind of being surrounded, huh? A bit scary, this. Bit terrifying. Like, one wrong move, and these guys all maul me, you know? What's the symbol next to the shiny mark? Oh, that means they're from Paldea. So if you look at a Pokemon from not Paldea, like, for example, this Rayquaza, it has no mark at all, because this guy is from nowhere. I don't think I used my real name. Yeah, no, I used Poe for this one. This one also has none, because it's from Platinum, right? Yeah, no, I'm remembering now. Cuddles is from Let's Go. Yeah, see, Cuddles has, like, the little, thing. Honestly, good on me for just having this phase after, like, years of playing Pokemon using my real name. We're just naming my trainers, like, random shit, you know? It's like I was no longer, like, using my name. I was just, like, naming them Mitch and Poe and Blade. I was like, yeah, this works. And it did work. Because it means that, now I'm a streamer, I don't have to live in fear every time I open a Pokemon like an old Pokemon summary, because some of them aren't old enough to have to worry about that with. And that's why I recommend you always give your trainers names that aren't yours, because not only can you imagine what that trainer is like as a person, rather than just as yourself, you can also not dox yourself accidentally when you stream later. Though, to be fair, I think every single one of my shinies... It's kind of a riff on an alias I used to have. So I'm not sure how many of them would be explicit doxes, but... Alright. Oh yeah, you guys see that, Twitter is making, like, a thing that'll let you apply to jobs on Twitter? Like, you'll be able to apply for jobs on Twitter. Wait, why is Esperathra back? Go away. Okay. Like... I want to know who's going to use Twitter to apply for jobs, you know? Like, most of the time, you don't want the company that's employing you to know about your Twitter. So, applying to the company via your Twitter is such a bold move. X indeed, sounds like porn casting. Yeah. It's like X jobs or something. Wait, what did they call it? I can check. I can check this. Yeah, no, it's just X job search, I guess. Which is Yeah. More boring, but like, I feel like that's X in a nutshell, really. What's the most boring thing we could do? Repost. Like, post. You know, I mean, I guess, like, Twitter only had likes, but... X job sounds equally as bad. Oh, it does. It's just, it also sounds uninspired. And in fact, I don't think that's its official thing, because it's x.com/jobs that's the site. So, like, it very much feels like they're trying to keep the X away from jobs, knowing that otherwise it'll sound like sex, like a app for sex workers. But yeah, can't imagine that doing very well. But with the amount of blue ticks, I don't know. Yeah, no, exactly. The issue is I feel like any company that puts up like a job listing on Twitter is going to immediately find out the kind of people using Twitter who would apply for jobs on Twitter, you know? And like, so unless it's some like crypto Ponzi scheme looking for like more employees, I can imagine them pretty quickly stopping looking for jobs on the platform. Mango, to you too. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We are shiny hunting Eevee today. And talking about how Twitter is letting you apply for jobs on it now. But yeah, no, like, I feel like most companies are gonna, like, most companies are pulling out of Twitter at the moment anyway. Oh, by the way, you need some carries to get Herbers on Scarlet. But you'd rewarded with that shiny Fluttermane when you do. Sounds good, sounds good. Like, will you... Oh yeah, we'll be doing a raid stream this Friday, so that's good timing, I guess. Means you got until Friday to... Well, I guess it doesn't. So I was going to say complete the game, but, like, I think you can probably just join Herber raids before then, right? I'd be surprised if you were gate kept out of it entirely. Just make sure you transfer some good Pokemon across via home for the 6-star raids. So yeah, you suppose this week has gotten off to a start. Well, that's better than it not getting off to a start, so... You got the money today, hell yes. You should get yourself a little treat. I think. That's the CahirLIVE recommendation, is get yourself a little treat. I love a little treat. You know. You did, hell yes. What did you get? What was the little treat? Maybe no? Or is this a secret? Is this a secret treat? You bought some chocolate, yes. Love a good bit of chocolate. Yeah, you need to unlock the boxes. There's nothing in your first box on home right now. Hell yeah. Right, but yeah, no, I'm down to carry. I'm very much so. Maybe I'll like VGC build the Fluttermane just because I can, you know. Like, I probably wouldn't be using it in, like, raids or anything, so... If I just give it, like, a VGC set, then... I don't know, I wonder about doing, like, a streaming series about, like, maybe getting into VGC. But I feel like that'll be a bit down the line at this point. I'm not sure if I want to dip my toes too far into that at the moment. I'm enjoying shiny hunting for now. And to be fair though, VGC's gotten a real like big wind of new content with Scarlet and Violet over the past year. Like a lot of VGC YouTubers are becoming a lot bigger, like at the moment, because of the release of Scarlet and Violet. And so like as much as I have like my gripes with competitive like integration into the Pokemon games, the fact that it has been made easier to get competitive Pokemon has very much been a good thing for like the scene and for competitive YouTubers, which I think is nice. Alright. No more shinies yet. Getting that fifth one would be nice. To be fair, I feel like it's a bit gun jumping to be like, oh, what if we don't get it at this point? Because we have an hour left of stream. We have time. I just need to refresh this like current batch of 10 that have been sitting in the middle for the past like minute. There we go. Now there are more. Let's get rid of those as well, though. We want more, you know? It was mostly the two running after me that I wanted to get rid of. Oh yeah, they added more YouTube emotes. I need to see if there's a chance that I could get stream elements to display the YouTube emotes properly. Because like that's my biggest issue with stream elements at the moment. Is like YouTube emotes just appear as like chill W cat on the stream, and that's kind of lame. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of boring. Yeah, chill cat. Pole Doge is better Twitch TV, so I'm guessing most people can't see what that is. But chill cat is a YouTube emote. I was gonna look into plugins, because like Stream Elements don't have a thing for the what's it called, for like the heart feature. Like Stream Elements don't have a feature for that, so I'm trying to figure out what it's called. You know, I'm trying to figure out what its name is, so I can see if there are any plugins online for them. But I mean, yeah, I can't. I don't know its name. I don't know what the feature's called. Because, like, while on, like, TikTok and Instagram Live, that is your way of liking the stream, you know? That's your way of, like, which you should do, by the way. Like, well, that's the way of liking the stream. Like, that's not the case on YouTube. It's purely, like, a hype feature. But I don't know what it's called. I don't know what its name is. So I can't do anything about it, you know? Damn, these Eevees are hard to, like, shake. I guess I could literally just do the... Never mind, I cannot do it. It's called Steven. I don't know why. But I have my suspicions that it might not be. Don't quote me on it. You know? But I've got a couple of suspicions that that might not be the case. There are so many Eevee around. Oh, you can tell which ones are paralyzed. That's kind of mean. That's kind of sad, actually. Oh, that's a thought. So, I've got 6 Eevee here, yeah? I've got a Vaporeon, and I've got a Sylveon in Sword, which means theoretically I'd have enough for one of every... And I have a shiny Eevee in Sword, so technically I have enough Eevee for, like, one of every thing. One of every shiny evolution. And obviously, how did you pop out and attack me from that distance? I just don't understand. Yeah, no, I have enough for one of every shiny evolution, and one for Eevee as well, which is technically a Gigantamax Eevee, because I bred that Eevee specifically to be a Gigantamax Eevee. And I got it in, like, 8 encounters, which was crazy. Like, that was a really quick hunt when I, hunted for that. So immediately after, I just took off and began hunting for, what's it called? My shiny Kyurem again. Because I was like, I can't waste this luck. I gotta capitalize off of the luck of getting the shiny then and there. I didn't get the Kyurem for like another 3 months. At the least. Might have been longer. G-Max Cuddle indeed, that's what I did it all for that. Cat has disembarked from the windowsill, falling like a ton of bricks onto the floor. Alright. No, the sandstorm's back! Devastating. Alright. I'm going to... You know, I'm going to do a picnic, and then I'm going to go back and just wait for a few more Eevee to spawn while I take a drink. Seems like a good strategy to me. Quench my thirst and spawn more Eevee at the same time. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. I wonder where the center of the outbreak is. Because the weird thing with outbreaks is they kind of like move around you. Kasip indeed. You are precisely right, mon frere. What do you mean things might slide off the table? Things won't slide off the table with that attitude. What do you mean there's not enough space? Did the Eevee count as obstacles? Even though they will be gone when I make the picnic? Even though they will disappear into the ether? But yeah, I was also thinking about it. I feel like I've started lots of sentences off like this, but I was thinking about it a couple days ago. I'm interested to see what kind of plot the Zelda movie is going to have. Because, like, the Pokemon franchise has kind of always been about, you know, the Pokemon themselves. So it made sense for Detective Pikachu to be about, what was it called? About, like, you know, starring, like, a Pikachu depicting, like, a bunch of Pokemon in this world, you know? And then the Mario Bros. Movie, like, it made sense because the franchise hadn't really established itself much. So, like, there wasn't really much to go off of, like, a main plot. So they kind of spitballed and made something very out there as its plot, you know? And then the Super Mario Bros. Movie, obviously the franchise was, like, established. So it made sense to do, like, a basic plot, but, like, they were bored of, like, the whole Peach getting kidnapped trope. So they wanted to do something more interesting, which they did do. I'll give them that. By having Luigi be the damsel in distress that drove Mario forward. But, Zelda, however, is a very narrative-driven series. Like, whether Nintendo like that fact or not, the narratives are generally, like, very much at the heart of Zelda games. Like, Mario games have very, like, loose, hardly their narratives, but, like, Zelda games have very, like, firm narratives that help carry the story forward, into, like, the different events, you know? Like, so I wonder if we're going to get an adaptation of a specific Zelda game. That's what I'm trying to say. I wonder if we're going to get, like, an adaptation of, like, the story of... I guess that the story of Breath of the Wild wouldn't really make sense. But, like, the story of, like, Ocarina of Time. Or, like... Yeah, no, like... I guess Ocarina of Time is probably, like, the best one. If you're, like, going to do a story like Skyward Sword, I feel like would also work well. But I could see them not doing Skyward Sword just because it wasn't the best received at the time of release. But, like, I wonder if we'll get, like, you know, something standalone. Or, like, an adaptation of a pre-existing Zelda game. Fundamentally, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ocarina of Time, because I feel like they would specifically want Ganondorf to be in it. I don't think they'd want it to just be Ganon. I think they'd want it to be Ganondorf as the main villain. That's my like prediction. Is Ganondorf will be the villain, not just Ganon. Maybe he will get some giant pig form at the end. For like a climactic fight, but like I'd be interested to see the plotting and pacing of a Zelda movie, to be fair, because like Zelda games, even like taking into account like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, are very like formulaic of do a few dungeons, get the Master Sword, do a few more dungeons, win, you know. Often a collection of the collecting like the Triforce is there towards the end of the game. I've not played that many Zelda games, so I may be misunderstanding, but I'm as far as I'm aware, that's generally like how Zelda games tend to go. Like you get the first few dungeons to like kind of further story progress, as you collect some doodads, and then like you get the Master Sword, and then as you get later into the game, you get the Triforce. So yeah, I'd like wonder how like a Zelda movie specifically would kind of pace itself in that regard. I mean, Pig Ganon can still talk and stuff, but you'd probably be right with Ganondorf. I'd say maybe along the lines of Ocarina of Time. Yeah, no, I honestly like that's my expectation for the Zelda movie is Ocarina of Time film. And then maybe if we get a sequel, it'll be a Majora's Mask or something. So then Tom Holland will be playing Young Link, and Chris Pratt will be playing Old Link. So I just wanted to combine everyone's nightmares into one blob. Checks out exactly. I don't know, yeah, I'm interested to see how it's going to go. I think I've already said this, but I'll say it again just because I believe in it firmly. Nintendo, like, have never really produced brilliant narratives in-house, you know? Like, good Mario Party, not Mario Party, like Mario RPG stories and stuff tend to be produced by third parties who Nintendo have licensed the Mario name out to make the RPG. Like, Zelda games are probably the peak where it comes to Nintendo stories, but, like, even look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and see, like, how little the story matters. Like, what Nintendo are good at, Nintendo's strong suit of them being such a good company, like, a good game company, is, it's, like, the gameplay, you know? Like, the revolutionary gameplay of Breath of the Wild, the revolutionary, like, mechanics of, like, building vehicles of Tears of the Kingdom, the fluid and interesting, like, Mario controls of Odyssey, or the, like, joy and whimsy of Wonder, along with, like, the mechanics and such of that, you know? Like, look at Nintendo games. What they're known for is never the story, it's... what's it called? It's the gameplay, which makes sense. So, I'll be interested to see if we ever get a truly good movie based on a Nintendo property. Because I feel like any movie Nintendo produce is going to be milquetoast playing it safe. Bland, predictable narrative that's enjoyment comes in from it being a movie about the franchise you love so much, rather than it being anything like actually stand out, you know? If we got a Fire Emblem movie, I'd expect that to have a better plot, you know? But if it's any, like, first-party Nintendo title, like a Pokemon movie I could expect to have, I feel like a Pokemon movie could, like, have, like, a properly, like, good and interesting plot. I feel like Detective Pikachu wasn't the best plot in the world. I'd say it was pretty solid, though, in the grand scheme of things, you know? I'd say Detective Pikachu had a better story than the Mario movie. I hope they bring back the Excuse Me Princess guy's link. I wonder how old he is. Legend of Zelda cartoon. Jonathan Potts. What else has Jonathan Potts been in? He's still acting. He's still acting today. He was in Totally Killer, which released this year. So the guy is still active. He's middle-aged these days, though. So unless they're going for a very specific type of Legend of Zelda movie. Unless, like, the vision for a Legend of Zelda movie is a very specific type of film. Then, but yeah, the Mario movie felt like it was a deliberate tour of set pieces, you know? Like, it felt like at its core, its narrative was built to get you to the next, like, big thing, you know? Old man Link. I mean, I don't think he's old. I'd say more like middle-aged Link, you know? They are doing that with Peter Parker, though, so... might actually get me into comics, that sounds very interesting. That, Peter Parker run. What was it called? Yeah, no, Mario movie very much felt like it was, the plot was more of a vehicle, or a cart, to get you from, like, one set piece to the next, you know? What was it called? I feel like that would... like, the Zelda movie would kind of have to be that, is the issue. Like, I feel like the Zelda movie has a very strong chance of being just like that. Because they're going to want to show off the Gorons and the Zora. And, like, at this point, they'd probably want to show off, like, the Rito. And the Gerudo as well. So, like, they'd need to, like, have all of these plot beats that take them to and fro. And I feel like that could be very manufactured. Which, like... I don't know, I would say, like, the Mario movie kind of... it wasn't... I'm not sure if manufactured is the right word for, like, the Mario movie's plot. But you could tell at points that they were deliberately just trying to push things along to the next thing. like, sometimes things just happen so quickly that you could kind of tell, oh, yeah, no, they definitely just want to get to, like, the next big part of the film, you know? Like, as much as it linked in together, like, it very much felt like the goal there was always to get to the next thing. Thought that Lava Esther was a shiny Eevee then, rather than, like, actually create an interesting and compelling narrative. You've seen in Smash Young Link, now get ready for Grandpa Link. Indeed. Wait, no, I've not checked out what else this guy's been in. He was in Arthur? Huh. He was in Supernatural? That's crazy. Not... there's nothing large on here other than, like, Legend of Zelda, though, and Supernatural. I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I was incorrect. He was in Beyblade the movie. Which, Which reminds me, Tears of the Kingdom is one of the first games you got named Link. Indeed it is. That's probably because they wanted the voice acting. I don't know, it's kind of clunky in games that have voice acting when they don't let you name the, like, no, yeah, no, it's kind of clunky in video games with, like, voice acting when they let you name the main character, because they always have to come up with, like, some nickname that everybody always calls you by. So I can see why they did it. I feel like it works better that everybody just knows him as Link, because he's Link, you know? Like, a lot of Zelda fans literally just called him Link anyway, so there wasn't really going to be many people complaining about a change like that to begin with. So I feel like it was for the best. Because otherwise he would have just been known as, like, the Swordsman the whole fucking game. Everyone would have been like, oh, it's, like, any voice-acted cutscene would have been like, oh, it's the Swordsman. You know? I feel like that would have made a lot of plot beats hit less hard. Because, you know, you can't say his name. Like, I don't know, like, it makes sense in some contexts. Like how everybody in Fire Emblem Three Houses calls you Professor or Teach. But hell, after you get into, like, the second half of that game, everybody's still calling you Professor is weird, because at that point you're not a professor anymore. You're, like, the Pope? Now that I think about it. And then, of course, in, like, what's it called? Engage, everyone calls you Divine Dragon, Divine One, you know? Genshin Impact, everyone calls you Traveler. Until, like, they're revealed in a cutscene that your name, it doesn't even, the name you gave the, like, main character doesn't matter, because their actual name is still, like, their canon name of, like, Aether or Lumine. Which I find funny. Crin should have been Foolish Samurai Warrior, wielding a magic sword. That's true, actually. That's a good point. That would go hard. But yeah, no, like, I love a good voice-acted game, but I don't love a good voice-acted game. No, I do. But it's my biggest issue with voice-acted games that let you name the character. It's just how clunky it is, you know? Where everybody just gives you this one nickname and everybody knows you by it. I think they should just commit to, like... I'm talking about Fire Emblem specifically now, I'm going to be honest, but they should just commit to, like, one name for the protagonist of the game. You know? Even in a situation where, like, maybe they let you customize the protagonist a little bit, you know? Like, choose, like, the gender of the protagonist or something. I feel like that could still work, and they just give the protagonist a set name. You know? Speaking of that, music in the background, indeed it is! It's the music of Solm. Fucking love this track, to be fair. To be clear, I was going to say Fire Emblem Engage has a good soundtrack, but I feel like that's, like, one thing most Nintendo games manage to get right, is the soundtrack. Like, third party or first. Like, Intelligent Systems, Game Freak, and, like, any in-house Nintendo game. They always have, like, at least a couple of earworms in their soundtrack, and you rarely find, like, a bad song, you know? Fire Emblem especially goes hard with the final boss themes. I feel like Engage's wasn't as good, though. I can see what they were going for with it, but it wasn't as good. They hit a good stride there with, like, properly voice-acted final boss themes. Well, I guess except for Apex of the World. But, like, God-Shattering Star is... I feel like iconic even outside of Fire Emblem now. In the sense that, like, a lot of YouTubers use it as, like, a very dramatic bit of music. Because it is. It's a good bit of music. Along with Twilight of the Gods, which is another absolutely fantastic bit of hype final boss music. And I think the final boss music in Fates is really good as well. It's also technically, I think non-diegetic is the word? In that it's in the world, which is nice. You could argue God-Shattering Star is also in the world. You could argue that Nemesis is singing it, which I think is funny, but, like... yeah. I think Mystery Dungeon is probably one of my favourite. In terms of soundtrack, though. Which is why I missed, like, the whole series. Which is why so much of my playlist consists of Mystery Dungeon music. You're sad they don't have the recruit track in it anymore. That's what got you into Fire Emblem in the first place. Oh, really? That's interesting. Do they not? Is there not a recruit track in Engage? Because there is one in Three Houses. Like, I'm pretty sure there's one in Three Houses. It's just it doesn't really play on the battlefield because you don't recruit anyone on the battlefield. So it only actually plays, you know, when you recruit a student or a faculty member. Ugh. When you yawn. Alright. I hate to say it, looks like we might not be in for a mow. We might not get any mow. I can't ride it on a Pokemon, can I? Not ride it. I can't start a picnic on a Pokemon. Do a sandwich, that'll help. No, I've got 4 already. I feel like I should save my Herbers for other things I have planned. Because I do got other plans. Ugh. When you yawn. Damn, no mo. I mean, maybe. We still do have half an hour left. So hopefully for your sake, but... I mean, like... The issue is... I just don't know. I just don't really have any herbs, you know? I just kind of don't have any Herba Mysticas. $59. That is enough for over 25 shiny hunts. Okay, so 25 shiny hunts. I would be going for another half hour anyway, is the issue. Because I will be ending up with Pokedoku as normal. And I am kind of tired. So I'd rather not drag this on for too much longer. Was Evolui one of your names? We could always replace that with Mo if we don't get a Mo. Just to complete the set. No, it wasn't Arthur. That's a shame. I know, I don't want to, like, overwrite someone else's nickname is the thing. That would be mean. God damn. Yeah, I am getting tired. My brain is zoning out. Was Brugger's name? I think so. You think Eon was? I don't think there was an Eon. There was a Milk. But not an Eon, I don't think. We were just saying we thought you named one of our Eevees Evoli. Evoli? Because I was wondering if Rob had named one of the Eevee that we'd already gotten. Because otherwise it looks like we might not be able to get Mo. You named one Eggy. Oh yeah, no, we didn't. I didn't mean today. I meant like in my original Eevee stream. Which was a few months ago at this point, to be fair. So I do not blame anybody for not remembering, because it was a while ago at this point. Hell, it might have been before the Dunsparce. There's every chance it was. I kind of want to check now. I feel like I shouldn't check, but I'm gonna check because I'm a fool. I'm an imbecile even. So I'm gonna do a bit of a check as to when my last Eevee stream was. Because I don't know if I decided to take a break from the Sparse at any point, or okay, Safari Week was 5 months ago. Crazy. Okay, then was the Regice and the Dunsparce. Then it was Zorua and Regice, and Zorua and Regice, and Zorua and Regice. And then it was Eevee. So the last Eevee stream was 8 months ago! I mean, to be fair, Scarlet and Violet turned a year old a couple of days ago. Like, it's been a while. You know, it's been a while of Scarlet and Violeting. We've been at this for a surprisingly long time. Like, a very long time. That being a year. I mean, my 3-year streaming anniversary is coming up in a couple of months. In fact, I think my 3-year streaming anniversary is exactly 2 months away, which is kind of whack. And before anyone starts fact-checking, I started on Twitch. So my first stream... I don't think my first stream's around anymore. I guess that's the issue with streaming on Twitch, is like... shit ain't permanent, you know? Oh, we're back here. As in on this song. Yeah, no, I might add some super songs to my playlist soon, which might actually tip us over and put the playlist at a little bit too long, you know? Put the playlist at too long to loop, which I think would be cool. I would like a playlist that's too long to loop, honestly. I think that would be good. Because then we don't have to worry about repeating songs as much. You get a fresh experience for your ears each time. Because what are the odds of the same playlist echoing twice, you know, if we shuffle them? I don't know, I always find that funny about that one story about Spotify making their like randomization feature less random. Because people always like started being like, that's not random, that's not really random. Even though it was just true randomness, but the issue is in true randomness, it's easy to seek out a pattern. Like, that's the weird thing about randomness, you know? It's like, when you try to make something look random, I always get the, like, urge to, like, meddle and make it look random better, if that makes sense. Make it a better random. Because it always irks me in, like, a random thing when, like, two things are too close together, or, like, a pattern repeats itself somewhere. Because it always feels less random when that happens. Even though it's technically real randomness. Just one of those, like, little funny quirks of ours, you know? Of just like, oh, this is random, but, like, because our brain likes seeking out patterns, it doesn't seem it. You remember a year 7 or 8 lesson in maths or physics where the homework was to flip a coin 100 times or something? Huh. That is an interesting piece of homework. But also a very easy piece of homework to, like, fake. I feel like you could easily just write down, like, heads, tails, heads, 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 tails, heads, head, tails, heads, you know? And then, like, just make sure, like, each one kind of totals up to, like, about 52 at most. And obviously only, like, 2 people did it, but the teacher was like, well, I can see it's fake. When there's no long repeating streaks or something. Oh, interesting. I mean, I guess there would be a couple of long repeating streaks, but I feel like that would be easy enough to fake as long as you're not an idiot. Like, as long as you don't do, like, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails. Like, just have, like, a nice mix of, like, heads, 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 tails, heads, heads, tails, tails, heads, tails. I guess the real smart one would be like spell out something in Morse code to them. That would be really funny, actually. Figure out like a 100-letter... No, figure out a sentence that takes 100 like dots and dashes. Have heads as dots and tails as dashes. And then like make a secret message to the teacher and see if they figure it out. I think that would be funny. In my opinion, that would be rather amusing. Because, like, you could do that. That's, like, a feasible thing to do. You just need to figure out how to, like, have the dots and dashes be exactly 100. Don't you think loads of not that funny things that are funny? What? Don't you think loads of not that funny things? What the fuck? What have I done to deserve that? But the thing is, he could never actually prove those results are fake, so he's only speculating. That's also true. It's Karosh Cahir today. Cahir Day. It's not. It's not Karosh Cahir today. Maybe that's a dream, actually. You can't remember what subject it even was. I swear I've heard of stuff like that, so I feel like it might not be a dream, you know? Oh, I was looking on the wrong place on the calendar, you're bad. What's a lender? Does anybody know what a lender is? I hope you get extra carrots if you're roasting. What's a rots? This is getting ridiculous. Alright. It's time to manifest, because I think I'll go on for about another 5 minutes before we do the Pokidoki for the day. I guess I could go on for another 10 or so. We'll see. I was thinking if this is the music that plays, but this isn't the music that plays on this side, it's the music that plays on the other side. Alright. Trying to get all of those Eevee to despawn. It's funny because they chase you around. It's also funny that, like, this was such a front-loaded stream with shinies, you know? Like, we got 4 today, which is, like, a good number. They all happened within the first, like, hour. As far as I'm aware. They're all, like, within, like, the first half of the stream. And then the second half was very dry when it came to shinies. It's a shame we didn't get any Mo. Alright. Whoa, it's still a Cobra and a Cacnea, like, fused together. That's crazy. I'm being chased. No Mo, no Mo. Alright. I feel like it's better to just look this way when I reset. It's not. I wonder how this game would look if it actually had fog. You know? Because, like, if you look at faraway things in Breath of the Wild, they look no better than Scarlet and Violet do, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. They don't look that much better in Breath of the Wild, like, objects from far away. But Breath of the Wild has, like, fog. The further away from an object you are, the more, like, obscured it is. Which means that, like, it's more or less just a silhouette on the horizon. In Scarlet and Violet, when something's far away, you can see it exactly, you know? You can see the mountain. I think if this area, like, actually fogged up more, then the silhouettes would be more imposing instead of just giant walls of low poly. Sorry, I just can't stop thinking about, like, Scarlet and I mean, I feel like they're not the greatest looking games. The grass culling's a bit short, which kind of makes it very obvious that there's grass culling, which I think is a big issue. And I feel like there are too many long cliff faces. I think that's probably my biggest issue with Scarlet and Violet's terrain, is just how many, like, large, flat faces of rock there are. Like, here. You know, like, what's this? Why is this here? Those don't look good. Don't put those there. I just wonder if areas were made this wide specifically to habitate, like, large spawning areas of Pokemon. Anyway. Enough speculation over. I will be interested to see what, You found out that Koraidon swims faster for some reason. Wait, what? Really? Huh. I wonder if Miraidon glides faster then. Or have you not noticed as such? That's a weird, like, thing though. You'd expect them to just be the same speed. Would make more sense to me. Like, you wouldn't want to make one superior to others in too many ways. They're just meant to be like a vehicle. Maybe, I haven't been able to figure that out yet. That's fair. I feel like if swimming is faster, then it would make sense for, like, flying or some... It wouldn't make sense for, like, the just regular speed to be quicker. I feel like that would be a bit stupid. But it makes sense to me if it was, like, flying was faster for Miraidon. You could also argue maybe like Miraidon's more aerodynamic than Koraidon or something. And then Koraidon's got like proper legs for swimming, which make it easier than Miraidon's like boosters and a big wheel. Ugh, when you yawn. Yeah, no, we'll go on for a bit longer, I think, and then I'll go to the Pokédoku for the day. Apparently the lowest unique score of today's Pokédoku is 19. Wait a minute, is that like a calculated score, or is that an actually achieved score now that I think about it? Like, I didn't consider it exactly, but I'm now realizing there's like a specific... Like, the lowest score can be not predicted, is like a set number. There is a set lowest score. Just dependent on the percent of people who select each... Like, obviously it's dependent on, like, people who... The percent of people who select each category. But, what's it called? Yeah, you can figure out what, like, the lowest in each category is. So I'm now realizing that it might not be the lowest score achieved, and is actually just the lowest possible score. Which is 19, which surprises me. I feel like I'm going slower, and I'm not sure if that's because of lag or what. I think it might be a bit lag, I'm going to be honest. Anyway. There's the speed you want to see. We got 4 today, though. As I said, technically we've got enough for one of each evolution at this point, which I think is pretty impressive. It's a shame we didn't get more, but beggars can't be choosers, as I said before. Poetry. Technically, we've got a 7th as well, because we got that one Happy New Year's Eevee from Wonder Trade. I can't even remember when I did that Wonder Trade. I just remember I have it, you know? Like, it makes sense if it was one of the, like, CahirLIVE YouTube Crogunks that I sent off. But I don't remember getting the shiny Eevee when doing that. I remember getting the shiny Ditto. I remember getting the shiny Axew, but I don't remember an Eevee. Man, look at him go. Off he pops, really. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying Pokedoku, so yeah, we'll definitely do that in just a moment. It's another what's it called? Guest one. I'm surprised they're still doing as many of those as they are. Because I remember Out of Context Pokemon did one. And like, I can't remember what reason it was. But like, for some reason they got a load of hate for like their choices. Like, just like an egregious amount of like people like getting mad at them for the choices they picked. I think it might have been because there was a couple of 100%s, to be fair. But alright. I think this will probably be the last lap around. And if we ain't got the Eevee by then, which we probably won't. I don't know, I feel like you don't get a shiny at the end of the hunt. No, that's just factually incorrect. When it's time to stop shiny hunting, you don't get a shiny, is what I meant to say. Like, you don't get a shiny on the last encounter. You know? You don't get a shiny on the last encounter of the day. Unless the last encounter of the day is specifically the last encounter of the day because you found a shiny. If, like, you're at the end of the day and you're like, alright, that's enough shiny hunting for the day. Like, you don't get a shiny then. That's not when you get the shiny, I find. You get it halfway, you get it, like, more into the main brunt of it when you're not thinking of the shiny. You don't get shinies when you're thinking of them. That's the CahirLIVE hot tip, so don't think about the shinies. If you don't want to think about shinies, get a lobotomy. Thanks to our new sponsorship. I wonder if I can get lobotomies to sponsor me, you know? Not like any specific place that does lobotomies, just the concept of lobotomies. I wonder if I could get that as a sponsorship. You know? I think they should sponsor me. Lobotomies? Call me. Alright. I'm gonna, like, form one more herd in the middle of here. And if there isn't a shiny in that, then it'll be over, unfortunately. Unfortunately. We will have no mo in that case. Oh shit. Alright, yeah, no, I think that's about as many as we're gonna get in the center, unless I am sorely mistaken. Thought that Cacnea was a shiny Eevee for a second, but it's not. It's a regular Cacnea. I like the way they chase you around. I think that's cute. I like that a lot. Anyway. I dare say that... Oh, another one. Is it this one? Yes. I dare say that is the end of the end of the stream. I just want to take a picture of this. Look at the ball. But yeah, I think that's about the end of the stream. We got a bunch, to be fair, though. We still got 4, which now puts us up to 6 in total, which I think is pretty good, if I do say so myself. I think that is a pretty good number. But now it is time to poke some dokus, if I do say so myself. So let's get everything up and running. Alright, what we got? Show me what you got out of context, Univer. Is it a joke about Cynthia in Undella Town? Is it a vague comment about Unova being the best region? Anyway, so the only 3 types are Dark, Bug, and Fire. Which is interesting. I think the Unovan Fire type I'm going to go for is Heatmore, who got 10%. I'm now realizing maybe I should have gone for like Lampent or something. Bug types and Dark types. So Zuelos, Dino, and Hydreigon are all Dark types, as well as Pawniard and Bishop. Lipard is a Dark type. I'm unsure if Lipard would be popular or not, though. I feel like people would be gravitating more to, like, Pawniard and Bishop and the Hydreigon line than Lipard or Purloin. So I think I'm going to put on Purloin, honestly. I'm going to take a risk. 6.9, that seems good to me. That is a low number. I feel like that might be good, I'm not sure. There's probably one obvious one that I'm entirely missing. So, yeah. But, and then finally, Bug type. Genesect is Bug type, but I feel like Genesect would be a popular one. Then there's Swaddle, the Swadloon, Leavanny, Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede. I feel like there have got to be more Unovan Bug types, though. Dwebble. I'm gonna put Dwebble. Dwebble. 3.4. That seems low. I feel like that's low. And then we got Monotype. Monotype, Dark, Bug, and Fire. No, I think Lanoon is that. I'm gonna put Persian as Monotype Dark. Because I feel like people forget about Persian's Alolan form. Because they want to forget about it, you know? I feel like they forget about Persian's Alolan form because they want to forget about Persian's Alolan form. Capiche? Pinsir's technically Monobug type, but I feel like Pinsir's too early on. I feel like the best gens are like 2, 3, and 6. Are there any mono bug types in Gen 6? 4%? That's a high percentage. Is Spewpa not the most forgettable bug type? You know, Spewpa fans might be in for a big day today, if I'm wrong there. Planning on asking someone for Pokemon Legends Arceus is in for Christmas, but hello, Aim, we're doing Pokedoku at the moment. That is a high percentage. I was not expecting 4%. That's gotta be up there, is my thought. That's gotta be up there on monobug types. Because there are loads of monobug types. Maybe I should have chose, like, Chargerbug. Is Chargerbug electric? Maybe. Okay, Fire. Monotype Fire is next. No, because you literally saw a tweet with about 2k likes saying it's an underrated a month ago. Who think Spewpa is rated the right amount? Spewpa is rated. You got a great modifier. Interesting. I mean, yes, yeah. I'll be done in a moment when I get my modifier. Again, I feel like a Gen 3 Mon is probably my best bet. Maybe like Torkoal. Because I don't think there are any Gen 7 Monofires. Salander's Fire Poison. Slazzle's Fire Poison. Marowak's Fire Ghost. Turtonator's Fire... what was it called? The other one. I guess Litten. But I feel like... Liston's not going to be the least chosen fire starter. So I'm going to go with... I'm second guessing Torkoal, I'm going to be honest. The issue is when I think yours is also from Gen 3, interesting. Now I'm wondering what yours is. I don't think... No, there have got to be other Gen 3 fire types then, right? What Gen 3 fire types are there? Because Torchic is fine. Combustion is already firefighting as far as I'm aware. Flannery uses like Magcargo, Torkoal. Technically from Gen 3. I'm pretty sure that Galarian Obstagoon is the only regional variant though, right? Are there any Mono Fire Megas, I guess is the question. I don't think so. Yeah, no, not as far as I'm aware. I feel like in terms of starters, Fennekin is probably the most... I feel like... I'm gonna go Fennekin. 1.3. That's pretty low, but I feel like there are some, like, 0 points in Mono Fire. And then first in Evolution line, technically Fire type. Oh, okay. Well, what was it? Now we're done with Mono Fire. Sunnyform Balls! Sunnyform Balls! That's a good point. Okay, let's not make the same mistake as we did with last in Evolution line with this one. I don't think single form Pokemon count. So, we need a first in Evolution line Dark type, Bug type, and Fire type. I feel like Nincada's already going to be up there. Are there any other Bug types in Alola, I guess is the question that my brain immediately starts going to. I feel like Alola's probably going to be one of the better regions. Although, I bet that Blipbug's going to be low, actually. I put it in Dark. I put Blipbug in Dark. I put Blipbug in Dark! There's no do-over, by the way. I just fucked that up. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm genuinely mad at that. I might re-put my exact thing in just to see what my score would be if I wasn't a moron. It is one sinister being, to be fair. It is, that's true. First stage Dark type, Spoochiana, Alola Meowth, technically, but I'm not sure if Alola Meowth would be ranked. Galarian Zigzagoon and Galarian Rattata, but I feel like kind of both of those would be pretty popular because they're regional variants of starters, so, not starters, early route Pokemon, so, Dino is technically a first stage Dark type, and so is Pawniard, but I'm not sure if either of those are going to be good bets. Impidimp, I think, is a Dark type, but I feel like Impidimp's going to be pretty popular. I feel like Impidimp is probably more associated with the Fairy type, but I don't think Impidimp's going to be the Pokemon that we want to go for there. Just redo it quick. You can't. If you reload, it'll just show you the exact same thing. You can't reload this. You don't get the option to restart on a Google tab. Gen 2? Like Houndour and Sneasel, but I feel like both of those are pretty popular. Like, yeah, I guess if I, like, removed cookies, but... I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take the L. I'll redo it on a different tab after, just to see what score I would have gotten. What about Gen 6 Dark types? Honedge is Ghost. Esper is Psychic. I feel like there have got to be at least one Dark type from Gen 6, right? Oh, no. I'm gonna go with Nickit. 2.3. And finally, first in line Fire types. Obviously, we could go for another starter. Maybe I should have put Fennekin there. I can't put Fennekin twice. You can only put one Pokemon in each slot. First in line fire types. Castform obviously doesn't count. I'm guessing Castform Sunny is probably going to be one of the lowest ranked Pokemon in the thing. I already kind of went over Gen 7 fire types. I'd be surprised if Salandit was that low. I don't know, I feel like Salazzle stays in people's minds a lot more for specific reasons. So my gut's telling me Salandit isn't going to be a low Pokemon. Let alone the lowest. Slugma is going to be popular because of Slugma balls. Same with Growlithe and Vulpix. I feel like neither of those are going to be that low, which probably extends to Hisuian and Growlithe. Ponytail might be on the lower side, but I could imagine it being like still kind of popular. I'd be surprised if any Poldean fire types are that low, but are there any Poldean fire type families like that? Where do fire types appear in Paldea? Because there's not really any like volcanic region. The closest thing that there is to a volcanic region is that thing. I'm pretty sure Roly-Poly is pure rock still, so I don't think Roly-Poly counts. I guess Houndour. No, Houndour is going to be a thing. Gen 6, interesting. I'm guessing it's not Fennekin. Gen 6 fire type. Why do fire types appear in Gen 6? God damn. I'd imagine it being like a... No, maybe not a desert Pokemon. I think I am going to go with who did I say? Salandit. 2.3. I got 133. I got 133 with a fumble. Blipbug was 3.7. Scyther was lower than Blipbug. What the fuck do you mean, Cowboy Hat Caterpie? Pokemon like Snorlax, Litleo. Oh fuck, I'm so... Yeah, no, of course, Litleo. Litleo ranked higher than Salandit, though, who ranked near the bottom. Houndour was the lowest? That surprises me. So yeah, Blipbug wouldn't have lowered my score much. I don't think. Yeah, what's the... Nickit was 2.3. It was above Vullaby and Stunky and Alolan Grimer and both Alolan Rattata and Meowth. Well, Pawniard's first. Or last, I guess. Yeah, no, kind of last, kind of first. You know, if it's Dark types, Bishop was first. Not Alola. Yeah. Did I put Purloin or did I put... I think I put Purloin. Yeah. It was above, what was it called? The other one. So that's a shame. Which bug type did I put? There's a lot of bug types in... How did I forget all the bug types? Where did balls come? Where did balls come? Middle of the pack. Lowest was Cinderace. Fennekin wasn't much higher though. And then... Fire types. Did I put Darumaka? Who kind of was middle of the pack. Yeah, Litwick was the lowest. It surprises me how low Litwick gets. So yeah, I don't think my score would have been lowered that much, but 133 is probably one of the best scores I've gotten all the same, which is kind of funny. I am going to boot up Pokédoku in another Google tab just real quick. Just to see what I would have gotten. With the exact same, like, board. Purloin, Dwebble, Heatmore. I put Heatmore, not... I think Heatmore ranked higher than Darumaka, I'm gonna be honest. Persian, Alola form, Spewpa. I need to see where Spewpa ranked now I think about it. Fennekin. Who did I put first? So, Nickit. Blipbug. And Salandit. I would have gotten 37. I would have gotten 37 if I hadn't fumbled that. 37. Where did... Spewpaw was like... Spewpaw was higher than Silcoon and Cascoon and Blipbug. And Grubbin. Spewpaw did kind of well. And Relo was the lowest. I guess that makes sense. I need to vote on Poldeamon's more, honestly, because Poldeamon's tend to get lower. Like, newer Pokemon seem to do less. Well, I'm guessing it's coming to, like, the point. What the fuck is Cowboy Hat Caterpie? Brugger? I don't know. I have no idea. I do not know what a Cowboy Hat Caterpie is. But yeah, no, I could have done better on that, I'm gonna be honest. But I did not do better on that, which is a shame. But thank you all for coming, all the same. Other than that fumble at the end, we got a few shinies today, which was nice. Pokemon Go? You'd think so, but no other Pokemon Go Pokemon appear. I feel like it's just there as a bit, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, thank you all for coming. This was fun. On Wednesday, we'll be continuing with Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. It looks as though we'll be running away from home to escape the BHM. So I would highly recommend checking that out, because that will be a very fun stream. It's a meme, yeah, probably. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Sorry we couldn't get a Moe-Rob. Maybe we'll do another Eevee hunt at some point. I'd be inclined to. I do like Eevee. But yeah, I hope you all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.